Don't read this book. Once upon a time, on a dark and stormy night, Stop right there. Once upon a time, absolutely nothing happened whatsoever. I command you to go and read something else. There is no story here. But someone had started reading now, hadn't they? Yes, I do mean you. The king phoned his story writer. What do you mean it's not ready? I was promised a new story, and a new story I shall have.
The king needed to find his story writer fast because he had a feeling he was being watched. You again, go away or I'll fling you into prison. The king met his story writer. Ah, there you are. My new story is meant to be starting right this minute. Where is it? I had some notes, but I've lost them. I do have this title, sire. Well, half a title. I had it on a piece of paper. Here you see, but it's got a bit torn. The Prince and the something. What kind of title is that? Where can we find the rest of it? The story writer thought hard. Well, I've just come back from a beanstalk crossroad and I was sitting there thinking, so it might be there. Oh, what are we waiting for? Let's get on with it.
On the way to Beanstalk Crossroads, the king and the story writer tried desperately to think of the title. While they were thinking, a certain someone was still reading. Yes, I do mean you. Your Majesty, someone is watching us. Don't look. Keep your eyes fixed on the front and keep on riding. Keep riding.
If you turn one more page of this book, I will throw you in a dungeon. Can't you see there's no story? Go away! No, wait a minute. My notes. Well, some of my notes. I found them. Hooray! Just get on with it, man. What did they say?
It starts with a storm. Good, I like a bit of drama. And then there's this princess. I think we'd guess that for ourselves. Any other characters, like a handsome, brave and clever king, for instance? Oh, yes, Your Majesty. There's definitely a king in the story. Well, it wouldn't be a good story without one. And what about the story? What's going to happen? The writer looked around him. There were no more pages. What was he going to do? Is this what you're looking for? The next 2 pages, yippee! We need, let me see. A queen and a prince and 15 mattresses and a fee-fi-fo-fum. We certainly don't need any of that nonsense. Where are we going to find 15 mattresses? I think that Red Riding Hood's grandma might have some spare ones.
They raced to Grandma's cottage, where they thoroughly confused the wolf. Your Majesty, what fine clothes you have. What smart shoes you have. What a big crown you have. Oh, yes, that's enough. We need some mattresses and we need them now. Get out of bed immediately. Suddenly the writer came running in. I found my notes. We just need one more thing.
I thought you were never coming. So now we've got everything. We've got all the characters, the beginning and the middle and the end. This is so exciting. It's fantastic.
Oh, be quiet. Look, we've run out of space. We can't tell the story now anyway. I'm not pleased. My, what a big problem you have. And still, we don't even have the title. Wait, I have an idea. We can tell it on the last pages, but we'll have to be really quick. Oh, and the title I found that too. It's...
The Princess and the Pea. Once upon a time, on a dark and stormy night, a princess was struggling through wind and rain to reach the castle of her beloved. But because of the storm, the king, who incidentally was both handsome and brave, and the queen of the castle did not believe that such a wet and messy girl could really be a princess. So the queen, having taken the advice of her very wise and good-looking husband, decided to set her a test. So she asked the royal cook for a pea and slipped it beneath a pile of 15 mattresses on the bed prepared for the princess. When the next morning came, the princess complained that she'd not slept a wink because of the lump in her bed. Both the queen and the king, whose cunning and brilliant plan had clearly worked, knew she must really be a princess, because only a princess could have been so delicate. On hearing the good news, the prince immediately proposed to the princess, and the princess and the prince were married and lived very happily ever after. The end. What? Are you still here? It's your bedtime. Go away, go to bed, and don't you dare read this book again. Well, not until